apparently no one likes our premiers. With the outlier being, of course, Saskatchewan.
Because everybody here is an idiot.
And BC, because everyone's high.
Yeah, I live here.
Hey.
I don't stop on railways to check for trains, but so I guess I'm not a true Saskatchewanian. But anyways,
Still going with that one.
That's a fucking exception, not the rule.
how many people I've seen fucking try to turn left, and then when the light turns orange, they just back up into the left turn.
People in Saskatchewan don't know how to fucking drive.
No,
Period.
I'm just saying.
Period.
It isn't an exception. Anyways, continue.
Anyway, so apparently all of our most of our premiers their approval ratings are all like between 19%, which is a win in Ontario, up to 42% in Newfoundland. And the outliers being Saskatchewan and BC, they have approval ratings around 52%. But of course, both of them are relatively new into the job. Mo has been in power, 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah.
If that.
And so the article is saying is that how there's much to do about down in the States how Trump is at historic low for approval rating at 40%.
Yeah, sitting at 30. He's been at 30. He's been as low as 36, I think.
Yeah, and it's bumped up to 40 again for some reason. But the difference is that, and they make the argument that the difference in Canada versus the States is in the States, like their governors are directly elected, their presidents are directly elected. We don't directly elect our leaders per se.
Right,
You know, and so that might make the difference. We're also a lot more cynical when it comes to our politicians, I think.
Technically, their presidents are not directly elected because if they were, then Hillary Clinton would be president.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, it gets.
He won the Electoral College, Lisa.
Yeah,
Not directly
Which is
elected
not
the
direct
president.
election.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's right.
yeah, but it wasn't as if you.
The default leader is not the head of the party that gets the most
Yeah,
votes, which
that's
is what
right.
it is here.
No, but thing is, and we're more European in that it's commonplace in Europe to have their leaders not have a huge amount of, popularity. And like in Canada, we don't really vote people in; we vote people out.
There's also the part where a lot of the provinces actually do have 3 parties.
This is also true.
Mm-hmm. So having a 30% popularity is actually probably pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Like it would also heavily depend on how the question was phrased.
I think it's just approval rating.
Yes, so
it's probably just
it's understandable that a Liberal premier wouldn't get the Conservative vote.
Yeah,
and
I
vice
don't,
versa.
right. I don't know how they split it, but they also make the distinction of, whereas in Canada we have a higher view of government in the abstract, as opposed to the Americans, which they just fucking hate your government in the abstract, and yet love
Weird
their
because
presidents.
Canadians have shitty voting percentages.
Yeah, well, because we're so cynical, like. So I mean, and they commented how like Justin Trudeau got elected in. He had this huge, 60% approval rating. Now he's down to 40. It's called politics.
Yeah.
They get elected in with this hope that they're going to suddenly change things around, and when they can't do it instantly, everyone's like, "Well, fuck this guy."
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they get elected by saying things that you want to hear, and then they go in and they do what every other politician does.
Yeah.
I believe that's called campaigning.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, being cynical.
No, that's
the Canadian way.
I don't even think that's cynical. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
if they can just deliver on the weed promise, everything
else will be fine.
Everything else is good.
It was close there, but it's looking good now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there was some pushback there, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, Wynn looks like as soon as they call an election, he's out.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're going to get in. Mo is in Saskatchewan at 52%, mostly because he's just head of the SAS party, and for whatever reason, they were blindly loyal
the people
to the SAS
here
party.
for some reason think that that's good.
Yeah. We're blind to the history, but I mean, they kept comparing it to stuff like Trump and whatever, but it's kind of a weird thing is because Trump seems to he's going to have 35% no matter what he does.
Right.
There's going to be just that percentage that no matter what he's.
Well, yeah, he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and not lose the evangelical vote.
Yeah.
No matter what or who he does.
He could have an affair with a porn star. And apparently
and
it
sue them.
means nothing.
And
Yeah,
pay them off,
exactly.
and it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, not that I'm judging for somebody having an affair with a porn star. That you live your life.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm judging a little bit just because of the affair more than the porn
that's
star
true.
part.
I'm judging for the payoff. That's
The payoff
part.
is the problem. But
He's never mentioned her on Twitter.
yeah.
Not once.
It's funny
That
because
is-
now he's suing her. So
He's never fucking talked about her on Twitter.
Yeah, I've never attacked her. But that's the thing is like the approval ratings, I
he
don't.
still thinks he has a chance.
He probably. Well, he did.
Are we still good after this?
Can I still do you?
It's like, no.
Nope.
Will you still pee on me?
With her, it was more of a
Smack my
spanking.
ass
Yeah,
with a
she
magazine.
I
was
want you to
again,
drink some
please.
Russian vodka, then pee on me.
There's a P tape.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just we all hate our. In Canada, we're kind of the weird ones. We hate them when they're in power. Once they're out, we look at them
Nostalgically.
Yeah, that's standard.
I don't look at Harper nostalgically.
Some people do.
Some people did the day he was in.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. One of the greatest
I would look at
Canadian
him.
Prime Minister.
I would look at him nostalgically. Sorry if there was a montage of the crazy shit that he wore,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
But
the
that's true.
tiny cowboy hat.
Now that's an amusing prime minister.
But
yes.
but yet dress up in India is a bigger problem, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
that's
just
right.
it. It's I don't know. Canadian
How
politics.
soon we forget.
Canadian politics is both boring and ridiculous, but it's boring in comparison to the absolute ridiculousness of American politics.
But we live next to a 3-ring circus and we're just having like regular politics.
Yeah.
It's
Damn
like,
right.
why can't our capital look like that? It's like, well, it's not on fire, so I'm gonna go with that.
Exactly.
Okay, so summation. We hate our premiers. Next.